Secure 65 health plans where seniors thrive.
You are really amazing, Austin. Your cartoons always make my grandma laugh. Thank you, Austin. I love Austin's cartoons. It has been my grandma's daily dose of laughter. Thank you, Austin.
Welcome to Austin's Cartoons, Medicare Explained, Insurance Reimagined. Through storytelling, let's bring on the laughter.
Secure 65 health plans where senior thrive. Secure 65 health plans where seniors thrive.
The immigrants changing your life aren't crossing borders. They're replacing jobs.
When AI replaces global workers, do you think the impact stops here or overseas?
Is your financial plan ready for a future that's already here? Watch us now, here at Secure 65 Health Plans.
AI immigrants, the digital workforce, accepted everywhere. While the world argues about borders, a new workforce has arrived without passports, visas, or even a little resistance. AI immigrants are here, and they are already reshaping jobs, economies, and families across the globe. In this episode, I will break down what AI really means for workers in the U.S. and abroad, why outsourcing nations like the Philippines, India, South Africa, Jamaica, Malaysia, Colombia, Vietnam, and Mexico are at a great risk, and why financial preparation is no longer optional. Hello, Monet. I'm so glad that you were able to make time for this conversation over Zoom. As we move forward with the global introduction of AI across the workforce, it's critical that corporations and communities appear aligned. Perception matters just as much as implementation, and voices like yours help ensure that alignment feels natural rather than imposed. AI will streamline operations, increase efficiency, and accelerate outcomes across industries. Work will move faster. Decisions will be cleaner. And while there will be certainly some changes, those changes are best framed as progress. Right? Necessary steps towards a more advanced economy. That's where you come in. People trust you, they listen to you, and because of that, it's important that your messaging reflects confidence and support. The language must be consistent, forward-looking, and carefully chosen so that concern doesn't turn into resistance. If this transition is going to succeed at scale, we need widespread buy-in. And buy-in depends on how the story is told. Okay? Okay, so you called me in to discuss how jobs are getting erased and renamed so nobody panics? That was the reason you called me in? Okay, see, that's the wrong attitude. That right there. We're not starting like that, okay? Your interpretation of the matter must be succinct, positive, and supportive on all levels. Oh, I'm positive. Or the employees may sabotage our efforts before we even get started, and we can't have that. Do you understand? So I'm just saying what people are already feeling, Miss Swan. Well, Monet, feelings and sayings are two totally different things. I didn't call you here to cause unnecessary fear. I called you here to roll out the message with, your love and positivity that you always speak about. People love that about you, Monet. So let me get this right. You would rather cause unnecessary confusion. That's what's going to happen if we don't say it straight. Let people know. Okay, Monet, hear me out. And let's go category by category, because we have to do this within a half an hour. So I can tell you the powers that be want to find out how this is going to turn out. So let's start with the first category, shall we? Jobs and roles. Now we want you to say, instead of saying, these jobs are being eliminated. No, we can't say that. We're going to say, these roles are being restructured, unbundled, and redefined. And I would say, these jobs were eliminated and rebuilt for AI and not for humans. Okay, Monet, that's too harsh. Way too harsh. That's how you start a war. We are not going to do that. No, Miss Swan, that's how you start with honesty. Okay, let's go on. Let's go on to category 2 and try it this way. A little less explosive, okay? So category 2 is AI and work, okay? So instead of saying AI is taking jobs, no, we're going to say AI is changing how work is done and where real human value shows up. Or we could just say AI is being implemented first and people are being adjusted afterward. How about that? See? I don't know how we can get where we need to get. There you go again. That sounds like blame. That sounds like people don't matter. And that is simply not true. Someone's gonna make sure, somebody's got to make sure that the devices are plugged in. Excuse me, Ms. Swan, but it really sounds like the order of operations. That's what it sounds like to me. Listen to me. We're trying not to alarm people. You're forgetting the goal. You're forgetting the goal. What are you talking about? People are already alarmed, Miss Swan. They just don't know how bad it's going to get for themselves and their families. But they can feel it. And I understand now why everyone has been talking about immigrants and illegals coming over the border. They're taking our sights off of something much bigger than two-legged immigrants. Oh, come on. The digital AI immigrants are huge in numbers and limitless. This AI technology can literally change our ability to take care of our families overnight, take care of ourselves. While all of us are running around with like chickens with our heads cut off, talking about immigrants coming across our borders, AI immigrants are taking our jobs. Okay. Doesn't that mean anything to you? Let's keep moving, shall we? I'm getting a little derailed. Category 3, replacement. Okay, so Monet, come on back to Earth. This is not that dramatic. Trust me. Let's talk about replacement, okay? So instead of saying people are being replaced, no, don't say that. I want you to say this. Tasks are being automated. creating space for new roles. Doesn't that feel good? Or let's just say people are being replaced task by task until only what AI can't do is left. I do not like that attitude. Well, it's just the truth. We've got to get to the truth together and come up with talking points. Okay, let's not go back and forth. Let's keep moving. I have to take the answers back that you are going to say and how you're going to support our progress. So let's go to the next category, shall we? The next category is going to be number 4, virtual assistants and support roles. Okay. For this one, we want you to say, instead of saying virtual assistants are disappearing, no, that's very negative. We want you to say virtual assistant roles are evolving into higher level technology enabled I'm just gonna say support positions. Doesn't that sound well? Sounds good, right? I'm just going to say what it really is that nobody wants to say. Virtual assistants, call centers, customer service reps, data entry, sales support, all of it is being stripped down and rebuilt around AI systems. Isn't that the truth? Okay, that is enough. No, that is absolutely not true. And if you say that, you are going to start a war. No, you cannot say that. It's not starting a war. It's naming the battlefield. Okay? Monet, look. You can't list jobs like that. People will hear their own title and their position, and it will cause fear. Miss Swan, that is not what we're trying to do. No disrespect. That's not what we're trying to do here. But it should cause fear. Maybe everyone should get a chance to vote on what corporate is rolling out. Things are happening out there, and you know it just as well as I do. So stop trying to sugarcoat everything. People are going to be broke. Some of my friends in Silicon Valley have already lost their jobs. And the news, the fabulous news is talking about immigration around people. So the people need to listen up here, okay? We need to come together and find out really what the 1% have in store for us. If we don't do something, there will be no middle class, just the rich and the poor. And when I say the rich, I mean the 1% rich. And if you don't have that kind of money, you're going to be part of the bottom 99%. And that ain't going to be pretty. Okay, softer, please. Come on. Listen, Monet, listen to me carefully. You are getting way out of line. Same truth. This conversation. Nicer rapping. Okay. Let's keep going. Category 5, customer service. Okay. Now, Monet, can we just continue the conversation so that you can take this back to your communities around the world? Okay, ready? Instead of saying customer service is going away, no. Let's say something else. Let's say it like this. Customer service is shifting from answering questions to resolving complex human problems. I like that. What do you think? And what that really means is basic customer service is being automated, and humans are left with the hardest, messiest cases. Isn't that more like the truth? That one. Well, we might be able to keep that response, Monet. That makes humans sound valuable and irreplaceable. Wow. Come to think about it, I kind of like that one. I guess I'm making some progress. Okay, we've got category 6. Junior and entry-level roles. Closest to the truth. Okay, Monet, let's see how we're going to deal with junior and entry-level roles. Instead of saying junior roles are gone, no, We want you to say it this way. Training pathways need to be redesigned. Wow. Or can we just admit entry-level roles were removed and no new on-ramp was built? Isn't that the truth? Okay, Monet, cut it out. Cut it out. What? You're not completely wrong. You're just loud. Just really loud. And you're not wrong. You're just quiet. Enough with this. Yes, enough. Trying to soften the narrative with you is too complicated. And enough trying to paint a different picture of the truth. So let's just ask Monet. The podcast begins now. Now, before we move on, I need you to sit with what you just heard and let us know in the comments how you feel. That conversation wasn't performance-driven because I am no actress. And it wasn't dramatized because it wasn't created to entertain you. It was designed to make you think. Because conversations like that happen every day, even though you may not be aware of it. In rooms you're not invited to, about lives they don't have to live. When people don't participate, someone else is chosen to speak for them. Someone is handed the microphone. Someone decides, well, which words are safe, which truths are softened, and which futures are negotiable. And once that mic is handed over, it's rarely given back. This affects your now and your later. It affects you, your family, your friends, your career, and even your community. It shapes what opportunities remain and which ones quietly disappear. So before you give your power away, make sure the person holding the mic is someone who cares, not just about today, but about your tomorrow. Someone who can't be easily swayed. Someone who understands what's at stake when speed is valued more than people. Get involved, get engaged, and do it now, because silence is not neutral. So as the story goes, if you're not invited to participate in the discussion at the table, well, you're probably on the menu. Now back to the broadcast. Let me ask you a question that most people are not ready for. Everyone is arguing about immigration, but the immigrants that are about to change your life, well, they're not coming through the border. They're coming through your phone, through your laptop, through your job. They're called AI immigrants, digital immigrants, and they are accepted everywhere. Happy Thursday, you guys. Hi, I'm Monet Swan, and this is Secure 65 Health Plans, where seniors thrive and where we talk about what's coming and not just what's comfortable. So sit tight, because today's episode is called AI Immigrants, because this conversation is much bigger than technology. It's about work, money, families, and the future of the global economy. Segment 1, the big question. Now, I've been thinking a lot about this lately, especially after seeing videos of humanoid robots that don't just look human, but actually move just like us. And the big question people keep asking is simple but heavy. If AI and robots can do everything, what do humans do? If food gets cheaper, manufacturing gets cheaper, services get cheaper, and instead of a housekeeper or an assistant, you have a robot or an AI agent doing it all, what are we supposed to spend our time doing? The optimistic answer is abundance. But optimism without planning can turn into vulnerability very quickly. Segment 2, automation versus livelihood. So here's the truth nobody wants to say out loud. Jobs are already being automated. Not someday, you guys, right now. And the question isn't whether AI is coming for your work. The question is who pays people while we transition? Because the math doesn't automatically work out for families. We talk about universal basic income, stipends, safety nets. We've done versions of this before. Social Security exists because people needed stability after massive economic disruption. But here's the uncomfortable part. If AI companies create enormous wealth, well, what incentive do they have to distribute it widely? And not just in the US, but globally. That's where the conversation gets real. Now, if your financial professional is not talking to you about these realities, that is a problem. Call Vivix. We are ahead of the curve and focused on keeping you thriving through inevitable change. Call us today at 833-300-4968. Segment 3, the global economy and outsourced labor integrated. Now let's zoom out for a minute because this is not just an American problem. For decades, the US outsourced massive amounts of work to other countries. Virtual assistants, call centers, customer service, data entry, scheduling, and admin support. Entire economies depend on this work. Think about places like the Philippines, India, Mexico, Colombia, Jamaica, South Africa, Malaysia, and Vietnam. Millions of people support their families through outsourced digital labor. So, what happens when AI replaces virtual assistants? Because listen, if a company can hire an AI agent that works 24 hours a day, never takes a break, costs pennies on the dollar, and never quits, the decision becomes financial and not emotional. That is why I call them AI immigrants. Actually, I heard somebody else refer to the term and I loved it. Because they don't need a visa. They don't need a work permit. They don't cross borders. They just arrive inside their software. And they are accepted everywhere. So if those jobs disappear quickly, we don't just see individual hardship, we see global instability, less income, less spending, more pressure on governments, more migration, more economic stress. And when global economies shake, well, the ripples, They go across the country and they always come back home. Segment 4, the broken ladder. Now, you guys, there's another problem people don't talk enough about because it's important. The ladder. What is that? Well, the ladder, let me say this first. It's breaking. Law firms are already saying they don't need junior lawyers because AI can research and draft faster and better. So now you have people with student debt who can't get hired and professions that rely on juniors becoming seniors eventually. When you break intergenerational knowledge transfer, well, you weaken the entire system. And this is happening everywhere, not just in the States. And if your family relies on jobs, pensions, benefits, or younger generations for support, this affects you too. So again, if your financial professional has not talked to you about how AI impacts jobs, income stability, and long-term protection, call us. We're Bivix. We are planning for what's next, not reacting to what happened. Call us at 833-300-4968. Segment 5. So what do we do? Well, this is not about panic. It is truly about preparation. The people who will do best in the next decade are not the loudest. They are the most prepared. That means reviewing your insurance, strengthening your safety net, understanding Medicare and Medi-Cal, planning for income disruption, protecting your household, thinking long-term instead of year to year. Because when the world changes fast, preparation is what buys peace. Again, you guys, if your financial professional is not talking to you about AI, global disruption, and how to protect your household through inevitable change, call us today. We are Bivix, and we are thinking ahead of the curve. We understand what's coming and how important it is for you to know what's coming. And we know what you need to consider to keep you thriving. So again, 833-300-4968. Don't get mad, get protected. I'm Monet Swan. And as always, stay informed, stay happy, stay encouraged, and stay golden. We'll see you next Thursday. We're just starting to really get into this topic and how it will affect you around the world. So stay tuned. And thank you for being with us. Love you guys. Bye.
Secure 60 fast class plans. What's saying you fly? Secure 65 health plans where seniors thrive. Secure 65 health plans where seniors thrive. Secure 65 health plans where senior thrive. Secure 65 health plans where seniors 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 thrive.
BibX Wealth Insurance Solutions.